This is a 2019 Mazda 3 BP series. It is now known as the Mazda 3 and not the Mazda Axela. However, even in the BM, BN and BY series, the previous generation of this car, in some markets, it was not known as the Axela, it was still known as the Mazda 3. But in 2018, Japan introduced a standard naming structure for all their models across the globe, and that is why the Axela, even in the Japanese market, assumed the nameplate the Mazda 3. And it has been known to be one of the most stylish cars in the Kenyan market space today with the previous generation. And even in the current generation, the Mazda 3 BP series is still stylish, it's still curvy, but there's something that is quite a downgrade on this car. And we are going to talk about it when we get an up-close and candid review of this car, and that is next week. Today, we are focusing on something different. We have always thought the Mazda nameplate to be stylish, but Toyota have also upped their game. The Fielder, the Axio, the Auris were axed from the production line, and it's about time those three vehicles zimetoka kwa production line. And Toyota has upped their game with Toyota's new global architecture platform, especially on the Toyota Corolla. Something about the Corolla is that from 2018, they introduced a new trinity of Corollas. There is the Toyota Corolla sedan, there is the Toyota Corolla hatchback that is known as the Toyota Corolla Sport that is set to rival the Mazda 3 in the Kenyan car market. And there is the Toyota Corolla Touring that is a bigger station wagon that was set to replace the Toyota Fielder. Today we are talking about this car here, the Toyota Corolla Sport. And when it comes to the looks, it is truly rivaling the Mazda 3. It looks better, it looks more stylish, it looks very sporty, and we have to agree that Toyota has really upped their game. But hii gari, is it worth ama ni luku tu? That's why we are going to give you an up-close and candid review of the 2019 Toyota Corolla Sport. And we are doing this because AutoConnect is the only car channel that is going to guarantee you an alluring motor vehicle experience. I'll be your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK, and you can follow me at a personal level on my socials, Eric Wakabi, on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok as well. Now, let's get up close and candid with the Toyota Corolla Sport. The Toyota Corolla Sport is set to replace the AURIS, and it's in the family of the E210, which is the 12th generation of the Toyota Corolla. And in this generation, there are three cars, as I told you. There is the Corolla sedan, there is the Corolla Sport, which is the hatchback, and there is the Corolla Touring, which is a station wagon. All of them are characterized by a sporty look, and this is a complete overhaul of the previous generations that we have seen of the Toyota Corolla. But the Toyota Corolla nameplate is known for reliability, it is known for affordability, and it is known to be a range of family cars that are very easy to maintain and also fun to drive. That is within some segments of its family. Now, from the AURIS, this car has seen a huge difference. In fact, it's a complete overhaul of that vehicle. But does it really feel the part, or it just looks the part? This vehicle is built on Toyota's new global architecture, and to be specific, the Toyota's new global architecture C platform. And it shares this platform with the Toyota CHR and also the Toyota Prius. Some of the design cues to note that are different and have come with Toyota's new global architecture are, if you look at the base of the windscreen and compare it with that of the AURIS, it has been lowered by around 40 millimeters. The overall height of the dashboard has also been reduced. And something that is even more interesting, the seat level has also been reduced by an inch. And this is all for styling reasons and for improved stability and also for that sporty look. But let us talk about the performance and the new range of engines that we see. Let us look at what is under the hood of the Toyota Corolla Sport, and we are going to talk about the new engines or the new line of engines that we are set to see in the Corolla family, and especially with Toyota's new global architecture platform. And there are so many engines that will come in the Toyota Corollas, the E210 family, but we are going to be specific on the Japanese market, since that is where we import most of our cars from. And one other thing, we have borrowed this car from Carplicity. So if you would like to test drive the new Corolla Sport, you can call David. His number is in the description below, and you get to have a feel of the new Toyota Corolla Sport. The E210 family of the Toyota Corolla will not be available in diesel. And that's something that is very important to note. It's going to be available in petrol and flex fuel. Let me start by explaining what flex fuel is. Flex fuel is basically a blend of ethanol and petrol, and it is normally denoted by E85, with E standing for ethanol and 85 the percentage of ethanol in the blend. So there are going to be 3 engines that can cope with flex fuel in the Corolla Sport. Now, the other engines are the conventional internal combustion. And the Corolla Sport was in production from around 2018-2019. And during that time, there was a turbocharged engine that was the 8NR FTS, a 1200cc 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. We know it from the previous generation AURIS that was turbocharged. The other engine is the 1.6 liter 1ZR, and also the good old 2ZR, the 1800cc naturally aspirated 2ZR that we know. And if you buy it from 2020, there is a new engine that replaced the oldies, and that is the M20A. And it's a new engine within the Toyota's lineup, and we are going to talk about it as we start talking about the new engines that are coming with Toyota's new global architecture. Now, these engines, there are also some that are available for hybrid application, and one of them is what we have here, the 2ZR FXE, 1.8 liter, but for hybrid applications. There is also going to be an M20A engine that is also going to be the M20A for hybrid application. And also we also have another engine that is quite new, but that is for the Chinese market if you're buying it from China, which I doubt you would, and that is an engine that is called the 8ZR. It's still a 1.8 liter engine for hybrid applications. Now for flex fuels, we are going to still have the same engines, but for flex fuel applications. There are other engines for other markets, but that's just a glimpse of the engines that the Corolla Sport is going to come in. So from 2020, you're not going to get the 8NR turbocharged engine. Sawa sawa. Now let's talk about this particular one. This particular one is the 2ZR FXE. It's an old engine. It has been in the Corolla lineup before, and it is for hybrid applications. In this, if it has an X in the nomenclature, that means it's for hybrid applications, but we still have it even for naturally aspirated ICE applications. And this one combines the use of an electric motor and also the internal combustion engine. And in total, they can produce a whooping 138 horsepower and 142 Newton meters of torque. Let's talk about the hybrid drivetrain of this vehicle. Just like the old Toyotas, it runs on a nickel hydride battery pack, and we have talked about the advantages of the nickel hydride. The main advantage of the nickel hydride is it can be fixed. Yes, the likes of Akina Nyambura from Feka Autocare are experts with this. The other thing is, I don't understand why Toyota didn't replace it with the lithium ion, because the lithium ion is lighter. It can discharge deeply compared to this, and it can also last longer. But we know Toyota for Kaizen, continuous improvement. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And part of the reasons why they have a nickel hydride battery is it can be fixed, so you can be comfortable with your hybrid car. The other interesting bit is that it runs on an ECVT transmission, this particular one. Now, the funny thing about the ECVT transmission is that on this one, it's the fourth generation of ECVT transmissions from Toyota, and it's called the P160 CVT. And the unique selling point of the P160 CVT is that it is cooled through an external transmission oil cooler. We have talked about the external transmission oil cooler when it comes to Jatco transmissions from, that mostly Nissan uses. And most of the times we have recommended that if you have an older Jatco CVT transmission with a stepper motor, you include an aftermarket transmission oil cooler. Well, Toyota in the P160 CVTs have included an external transmission oil cooler for their fourth generation of P160 ECVTs. So you see, kawaida ya Toyota focusing on reliability. Let's talk about the suspension of this vehicle. When you look at the side profile of the Toyota Corolla Sport, you'll notice that it sits very low. And this is because of the Toyota's new global architecture platform C that lowered the floor or the seat level by around 25 millimeters. But Wakenya ni nani? Najua tutaweka aftermarket springs na wainue gari kidogo. And this was to improve the handling of this vehicle and also give it that sporty aesthetic. In fact, even lowering the base of the windscreen by 25 millimeters and lowering also the overall height of the dashboard, all of them were for styling purposes. And the results, they speak for themselves. The suspension setup is still the same old. You have McPherson struts at the front and independent rear suspension. This car is front-wheel drive, and with each passing day, we see fewer of rear-wheel drive vehicles. Let's take a look at the interior of the Corolla Sport. The interior of the Toyota Corolla Sport is not that exciting. In fact, it feels a little bit boring. The outside of the Corolla Sport really looks nice and sporty, but unfortunately, that has not been translated to the interior. The only unique things or bits of the interior are this infotainment system right here, and also the auto hold feature and an electronic park brake. So these are, but anyway, Toyota doesn't do those drastic changes to their cars, and that is courtesy of their design philosophy. They like keeping it quite simple. The other thing that is unique in this Corolla Sport is that it has a 100 volt AC switch, and this button, what it does, it actually steps up a power outlet from 24 volts to 100 volts, and this is used to power appliances such as laptops and also other small electronic appliances. So this is a really handy feature for this particular vehicle. We have sportier trims of this, but this is the hybrid, and it's really not built to be an exciting car to drive. So that's one of the reasons why it does not look very exciting. But it has dual zone AC, and that is a good thing for a Toyota Corolla, let's talk about matter safety. This is a 5-star rated hatchback. It has airbags all round, and it also has Toyota's pre-safe system that encompasses technologies such as lane departure assist, collision prevention mechanisms, and even parking assistance. So yeah, it's a car that is well equipped when it comes to the safety aspect. Let's talk about the driving experience of the Toyota Corolla Sport. I've driven this car, and it's very smooth to drive. The power steering is electronic, and that makes it really soft and very responsive. But it's quite boring to drive. The good thing is that we have other Corollas in the same lineage that are available in a manual transmission, and I would go for that any day. Yes, it would be a good vehicle for a person who wants to move from point A to point B in a stylish looking vehicle. There are also high performance variants of this car, like the GR variants, and I really wish, if you want to have the Toyota experience, the Corolla experience, get a GR trim of the Toyota Corolla E210, and you're going to enjoy driving this car, and preferably get one with a manual transmission. The good thing about Toyota is that they never killed the manual transmission, and that is also something we have seen in Mazda. They have still not killed the manual transmission as well in some of their models. So we are going to see the manual transmission for a while. So manual enthusiasts, don't give up just yet. Let's look at the boot space of this car. But before then, the back row of seats. One thing about this car, yes, it's a hatchback. It's not meant to have a lot of leg room. Yeah, so it would be good for a person with a young family, because the legroom at the back for adults, it's not the best. Yeah, it's quite cramped up when it comes to the second row of seats. But anybody buying this Corolla is probably somebody with a young family or one without a family at all. So predominantly utakuwa unaketi kwa hizi viti za mbele. But if you want one with better legroom, get the Corolla Touring, the station wagon. The good thing about Toyota is that they have something for everyone. Tuangalie boot space ya hii gari inakaaje. The posterior of the Corolla Sport is very sleek and very sporty. It's a car that looks the part. You have the Toyota logo right here, and with the blue finishing, it indicates that the car is hybrid. If it was not hybrid, you would not have this blue finishing huku ndani. And then you have a camera just below the oval Toyota logo, and you open the tailgate from here. Beneath the tailgate is reasonable boot space. Well, you don't have a lot of space for luggage, but kwa hii gari mzigo labda ni gazeti, wallet na handbag. It's not a car to hold loads of luggage. It was not designed for that. It was designed to be a sporty hatchback for a young family. This is not the car to buy when you're 50. Not unless you really want it. But yes, it's a car tailor-made to appeal to the younger generations. And that is why it's not really well endowed when it comes to luggage space. If you want a Corolla that has better luggage space compared to this, go for the Corolla Touring, and you're going to be reviewing it soon as well. So now, let's talk about value for money when it comes to buying this Toyota Corolla Sport. If you're buying it from Carplicity, they are selling it for 2.15 million Kenya shillings. And if you want to test drive it, you can call David. His number is in the description, and you're going to feel how it is on the road, not only seeing it. Unajua tunasema kuona ni bure, kuendesha pia ni bure. Alafu sasa ukitaka kuchukua ownership, hapo ndipo pesa inakujia. Also, asset finance options are available at Carplicity. So in case you want to get asset financing, you can get it for this car. But what else can you get for 2.15 million Kenya shillings before we discuss whether this car is value for money? You can get that car over there, the 2019 Mazda 3 hatchback. On the next episode, we are going to have an up-close and candid review of the Mazda 3, the former Mazda Axela, and match it up to this vehicle. I've been your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK. And remember, you can follow me on a personal level on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok as well. Also remember, we offer services such as sourcing, pre-purchase inspection and consultation when it comes to motor vehicle affairs. Na kama pia unataka direct importation, we can offer consultancy on that as well. Remember to share this video to somebody who might be interested to get the Toyota Corolla Sport. Over and out. See you next week as we discuss about the Mazda 3.